Today I'm going to look at this variety that I'm trying for the first time this year. It's called Beltrana, and it's a light green fig with a berry interior. It's a pretty good sized fig, fairly large, and looks like it has a somewhat open eye, but hopefully the taste of this is pretty good. So let's take a closer look at Beltrana. I'm going to look at this tree right here. This is my Beltrana tree. It's growing really well for me. You can see how big this tree is here. Boy, I want to say like 7 or 8 feet tall. And it's looking really healthy. I mean, look at the size of these leaves here. Producing lots of fruit. This is the first year for this tree. First year I'm growing it. I rooted it over the winter here in Northern Virginia. And I've gotten at least one fig off this tree already, and I've got this fig here that looks like it's real close to getting ripe. I would consider leaving this on longer, but it was in, and it survived a lot of rain here the last few days, so I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna go ahead and pick this now and hope that it's ripe enough. So let me go ahead and take this off the tree. And yeah, I'm getting a little bit of latex off this thing, so probably wasn't peak ripeness, but you know what? Here in Northern Virginia, sometimes with the weather conditions, you just do the best you can. And I think this probably would have spoiled down here on the bottom if I'd left this any longer, just because it was exposed to those wet conditions here with this organza bag on it. All right, this is Beltrana. Really nice looking fig. A good size, medium to medium large size, and it's not super soft, so this probably isn't fully ripe, but as I mentioned, I was concerned the skin in here is really kind of sticky, so I feel like if I'd left this any longer in the organza bag, it would have kind of disintegrated. So go ahead and cut this open and see how this tastes. All right, so there's the inside, and I've heard some other growers talking about a cavity inside of Beltrana, and sure enough, this has that same sort of characteristic. You can tell just looking at it, it probably could have used a little bit more time, but it looks, it's got that sort of shine to it, where it may be ripe enough where it actually tastes pretty good. So let me go ahead and try this. All right, well, almost lost it. Okay, try that again. Here's Beltrana. Wow. Really sweet taste. Sweeter than I was expecting. A little bit of berry flavor, but the more pronounced taste to that was of sweetness. So surprisingly sweet, given that we've had a lot of rain here recently, even just yesterday, a lot of rain. And this is not quite as ripe as I would have liked. It's clearly a little bit underripe, but still really good sweetness from this fig, and some berry flavor as well. And it's got kind of an interesting sort of tangy aftertaste to it. Yeah. Kind of interesting, kind of like a little bit of tanginess to it, and I don't know if that goes away when it's more well ripened or not. But I remember tasting that. This is actually the second Beltrana fig I've had off this tree, and I remember that characteristic from the first time I tried this as well. That it has just a really interesting sort of aftertaste, like almost like a caramel corn or something, but maybe a little tangier than that, but it's noticeable. Yeah, almost like a caramel sort of flavor in there somewhere. Normally I don't pick up a lot of aftertaste like flavors with the figs, but this one does have kind of an interesting sort of aftertaste to it. Maybe like tangy caramel or something like that. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting one, and I'm looking forward to trying more of those. It has a really good taste, considering how ripe it was and the weather conditions we've had here. So that's a promising variety. Again, that variety is Beltrana. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com. Thanks.